Hi guys, I'm Ryan Newsman and welcome to my fly tying channel. If you haven't already done so, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. That'll keep you up to date with everything as I upload it. My channel already contains hundreds of videos covering a wide range of both patterns and techniques, from the basic to the more advanced. So without delay,
hi guys,
let's get on.
welcome back. So tonight we're going to tie a trout jig fly, and this is sort of like it's half jig, half squirmy. So what I'm going to do is try and imitate a blackhead worm on a jig. And the idea behind this is that, I suppose, if you are fishing sort of flooded water, that potentially trout could be feeding on worms that have been washed in out off the fields. So what we're going to use here is a Hannock jig fly hook, an H400BL in size 10. And I'm also going to use a Hannock slotted tungsten bead in black, and that's 3.5mm as well. So if we take our hook and we pass the hook through the small hole in our bead and get that into our vise. So these things here have a slot in the back of them, so they'll go and they'll sit on this front part of the bend of the jig hook. And to help secure that, what I'm going to do is take a lead wire and I'm going to wrap on several wraps of lead wire here, snap it off, and then I'm going to take flat pliers and I'm just going to squeeze that flat, and that will allow that to seat up into the slot in the back of the jig hook. Now, I'm now going to take a Textream number 13 orange in a 6.0, and I'm going to get in onto our shank that's behind the lead, slide the lead up in, and then that'll create a dam. Now, generally I'd probably super glue that on a normal fly or varnish it or something, but as we've said before, squirmy materials do not mix with adhesives or glues or resins or anything for that matter. So we then need to create a bed of thread. And I'm trying to keep the steps out of this as much as I possibly can. So that's the body of our fly sorted to this stage. I'm going to take a royal blue pro marker and I'm just going to colour in the front section of that, and that'll aid to the, if you've ever looked at a worm, the front dark blackhead section that we're talking about here. So I am going to use some Vineyards worm body here in an earthworm colour. We'll snap that off, and then we're going to come to the back of our taper here, and I am going to then choose the length of my tail, as much as you want to hang out of the back of it. Now it would be very difficult to tie one of these, I suppose, to competition sizes, practically impossible. So we'll put a couple of wraps across that, then stretch this, grab the other one, stretch it over the back of it, and we're now going to wrap this backwards. Now take it to the bend there If you want to go on round to give it a little bit more kick, then you can take it round the bend or stop it up there. So I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to put a couple of turns in underneath the tails to stop my thread from, because the thread is sliding about on the squirmy there, so at least if we put it in behind there, then it gives it something to anchor to. And then a few wraps across that, and then I'm going to come forward again here. So we're now going to wrap the squirmy material as a body. So you can pull it really, really tight if you want. The tighter you pull it, the more translucent it is. It's going to show through what's underneath there. Take it up to the back like that if you want. Or we'll take it back off and decide to wrap it looser. Wrap it loose. It is more prone to slip backwards, but it will give you that more worm-like segmentation. Okay, so we're up to the back of our bead now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one half hitch with the squirmy material, and then I'm going to take my thread in behind the jig bead, pull this forward so it's over the back of the wrap that we created in it, and I've sort of seated that down into the slot as such. So a few turns across that, and then I'm going to slide in behind, underneath this, behind the bead. And then start creating half hitches that I want to sort of wiggle and seat down in behind the bead, because we can't varnish this. So what I'm going to do is put on multiple individual half hitches so that even if one gives, another is there to hold it. Snap it off. Now, you can now choose whether you're going to leave a bit of this on. I think if I did choose to leave some of this on, it probably would leave it shorter than the back end, so it doesn't get round and tangle and everything. So I'd probably be inclined to cut it back to, stretch it back, cut it level with the bend there, and then leave it to hang. Or if you want, is just to stretch it up, and while it's under tension, snip it off, and that'll give us that more linear looking worm. So that is our blackhead worm, squirmy, tied. So if you like what you see, give us a like, subscribe, leave some comments, tell your friends, check out the other videos that I have on my channel, and until next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.